Uh, I'm just going to give you the films I enjoyed the least this year, if you like.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. Go for it.
And the worst film, clearly for me, was Jackass Forever. It was more painful sitting through this film than it was anything the guys underwent in terms of physical punishment.
Just give us names, please, mate, because we won't.
Jackass Forever. So Off the Rails, I didn't like much either. Man of God, I didn't like. I found it really boring. The Secrets of Dumbledore wasn't all that flash. Special effects, but I lost the plot for me. A thing called Death Cam, which was another variation of found footage film there, and a lot of running and screaming, but not much there. And look, I'm over these Marvel films, even though they're not the worst films of the year. I just felt bludgeoned into submission by the succession of films like Black Adam and that.
Fair enough. All right, Peter Krausz, the ones you didn't like.
Okay, the two just outside my worst 10 were Lost City and Jackass Forever. I agree with you, Greg. Now, the worst 10 films of the year, going backwards from number 10 to number 1. Don't Worry, Darling, very disappointing. Where the Crawdads Sing, pretty bad. Lightyear, very disappointing. Marry Me, a washout of a story. Ticket to Paradise, a waste of time. Jurassic World Dominion, a totally unnecessary sequel. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, terrible animation. Morbius, a terrible Marvel film, really bad. Wog Boys Forever, totally unnecessary follow-up. And the worst film of the year is definitely The House of Gucci, a total wasted opportunity of a good story.
How wrong you can possibly be. Jacqui, what, I mean, it just staggers me. Jacqui, go.
Just to show how clever I am, I managed to avoid every single film that Greg mentioned on his list.
How's that? Well, there you go. Well done, you, Jacqui. I suffer so you didn't have to.
Excellent. I did see a few of Peter's, and I agree with some. Funnily enough, I have 9 worst films. I couldn't find another one just to shove in for the sake of it. So these are my worst 5, going up to the worst. Dog, the Channing Tatum making friends with the dog.
Oh.
Jordan Peele disappointment about aliens. You had to have your Wikipedia open to even understand it.
You're talking Nope, are you?
Nope, yes. Jurassic World Dominion, same as Peter. Where the Crawdads Sing, same as Peter. The Good Boss, that Spanish alleged comedy. A Stitch in Time, about an old lady who sews dresses on a sewing machine. Oh, my God. Is it Bros? The two gay... no, couldn't do that. Everything in Between, an Australian, shall we say, state of depression. And the worst film for the year for me was Hocus Pocus 2.
No. You still haven't got... You still haven't got... My top 3 are not in yours so far. Fred, just briefly, because we got to give it.
I just have to preface quickly. I avoided half the films that came out this year, like Jacqui.
Okay.
So these are the films that I saw, which are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness,
mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park: Dominion, Walk Boy Forever, Thor: Love and Thunder, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Men, Crimes of the Future, Halloween Ends, Pinocchio, and Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore. I almost died during that screening.
All right. Well, look, none of you have mentioned my worst 3. With dishonourable mentions to Blacklight, the Liam Neeson film, and Girl at the Window, which is the Australian horror thriller with Radha Mitchell. Going up from 10, Beast, Murder Party, the silly French mystery comedy, Black Adam, that's been mentioned, Nope, which was also mentioned by Jacqui, After Ever Happy, which is this melodramatic teen romance. It's a franchise. Men, which has also got a mention at number 5. Off the Rails, which I think Greg mentioned. That's 4. Now, my worst 3, Book of Love, which was this appalling comedic romance. A couple of writers thrown together on a book tour of Mexico starring Sam Claflin.
Wasn't that bad?
That was appalling, Jacqui. You got no taste whatsoever. Sorry?
I said, yeah.
Yeah. The Northman, which was this horrible action drama from Robert Eggers about a young Viking prince out to avenge his father's murder, Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman and Klaus Bang. And the worst movie... Sorry?
A whole lot of blood.
And a whole lot of blood. The worst movie, which I gave 0, I would have given a negative mark if that was possible too, which was a total and utter waste of time, Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters' totally unworthy comedic horror, Studio 666.
Was that even released in the cinema?
Yes.
Briefly.
Yes.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, I remember dear old Dave, who's not with us today, because I think he's a big Foo Fighters fan, didn't mind it. And I'm thinking, oh my golly. And his taste is usually better than the rest of yours, so there you go. You like that little aside? There we go. We are on